Good afternoon, Facebook. It's Scott Weddle here, reporting in with today's live stream, which is a little bit later because I've had a busy morning full of trainings, client Q&A calls, and I'm now just getting to this part of the day, which is cool. And I really want to talk about the subject of transparency because this was a subject that was touched on in the training I'd done, and it's really fresh in my mind, and I want to talk about it because it's very important. Like, it's massively important to growth, to you growing to where you actually want to go to. And first and foremost, you've actually got to get absolutely clear on where it is you're going. Otherwise, you're just sort of running by what a system has told you to do, whether that's a course you've done, or whether that's just like following after your mum and dad, or whatever it is. Like, you're following some kind of system if you've not got a vision for yourself and you're not moving in a direction and you're not consciously choosing to move in that direction. But once you've got that out of the way and you're actually consciously moving in that direction, like, one of the big things that I feel as a coach, to become a conscious coach, like a coach that's actually aware and is actually leading by example, you've got to be proactively transparent on a daily basis. Because if you're not proactively transparent on a daily basis, you're not going to move 1% every single day. You're not going to realise more about yourself every day. You're not going to become more conscious every day, which means you actually start to see more. Conscious as in, like, imagine the analogy, the iceberg. You've got the top of the iceberg, the bottom of the iceberg, you've got the water. Now, the biggest part is the lowest part underneath the water, and that is the part that you do not see, the parts that you're not seeing, and that's like, as a human being, we're taking like 400 trillion bits of information a day, right? So we don't see all of that. We maybe only see about 2,000. So to become more conscious, you've got to see more. You've got to turn more lights on inside you so you can start seeing more information in the world and start understanding more about you, so you actually move the needle every single day in yourself. And when you move the needle in yourself, you're going to move the needle in your business. Okay, and step one is always put in productivity, planning systems, and sort of personal development in, so you're leading by example. Then step two is all the marketing, the basic marketing systems, the basic lead generation systems, actually putting systems in place to actually get clients, actually putting systems in place to leverage your time more, so you're leveraging and you're helping more people and you're not being selfish. That's always step two. But step one is always building this muscle of transparency. And if you're not practicing that on a daily basis by self-reflection, and you're not putting a system around it, so when you get up in the morning, you're doing your planning system, and when you go to home, before you go to bed at night, you're closing your day. If you're not doing these two things, and even if you wanted to add in extras, you don't have to, but you could add in meditation to that, you could add in something, then you're not practicing the muscle of being transparent. And what will happen is you'll feel fear, you'll feel uncomfortable in the day, you'll feel contrast going on inside of you every single day, and instead of facing it, accepting it, and moving through it, you'll push away, you'll push down, you'll hide, you'll try and climb every single mountain to get away from it rather than face it and accept it. And what happens is, if you push something, let's just say you push something away, for every action there is a reaction. So if you push something away, there's more than likely it's going to come back. Like a big pendulum. You push the pendulum away, you push it down, push it, it's going to come back, it's going to slap you right in the face again. And then you're going to push it away again, it's going to slap you even harder, and it's going to keep doing that until you go, right, that's enough. I need help. And that's one of the quickest, fastest and easiest ways to get light shined on an area that you can't see, is to get someone that is a little bit further ahead than you, a little bit more conscious than you, a little bit more further ahead on that journey than you, that can look in and go, look at that, look at this, look at that. But it doesn't start until you start becoming transparent yourself, okay? And like, this probably resonates for you. You're a coach, right? Who's dedicated your life to serving other people. Inside, you've made that decision that you're dedicated to helping other people, right? And sometimes, as a driven coach, when you're really an entrepreneur at heart, find it hard to ask for help ourselves, and we end up going round in these little loops, these spirals and these loops that do not serve us until we get that moment, that aha clarity moment, and then boom. How amazing is it when you're clear on what steps to take? You just take them, don't you? Like, you're not the kind of person that doesn't take the steps, you just take them. But it's sometimes difficult to take the steps if you're stuck in a spiral, or if you're pushing that pendulum away and it's coming back and smacking you in the face again, and it's continuing to smack you in the face, so you're not getting the clarity you need. Because one of the big things that will happen with lack of transparency, that will lead into a loop of procrastination. And it might be active procrastination. It might be where you just sit and say, fuck this, I'm not doing anything. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, active procrastination or just procrastination, you'll end up getting stuck in these loops. And it's always due to just you needing that little bit of clarity, that little bit of push in the right direction, a little bit of guidance, a little bit of someone saying, come on, look at this, look at that, look at this, you could have thought of this way, you change your perception on this is your strategy I want you to do, this is this I want you to do. And then when you build a system around that level of transparency on a daily basis, and you get the feedback that you need, and you actually self-reflect yourself, and you literally do this yourself, so you tell yourself what you want on a daily basis, and you're offloading where you were feeling uncomfortable and where you do not want to be operating from. What naturally happens is your subconscious mind starts to come up with answers to problems when you start becoming aware of things. So that's why you want to become more of a conscious coach rather than an unconscious coach. Because an unconscious coach just sort of is stuck in their ego and thinks they know it all. And really, like, we've all got so much more to learn. I believe that the information in this world is unlimited, and we are the type of people that have got to be on the leading edge, innovating and creating our own methodologies and creating our own perceptions and leading the way. And that's what you do when you're conscious. When you're unconscious, you're just reacting to the world, so you're not in a creative zone to be able to do that. Then, like, at the end of the day, if you're more conscious, you're going to take action. Okay? If you're not conscious, you're not going to take action. And it's that level of action that needs to happen on a daily basis that's going to move the needle for you. And this happens to every single person at one step on their journey. So if it happens to you now, it doesn't mean that 2 years down the line, it's not going to happen again. It doesn't mean when you go to make another big decision and you go to make another big move, you get instantly, they're like, literally, the stress might come on, the overwhelm comes on, and those stress chemicals inside your body, they can turn the smartest person in the world that knows everything into the stupidest person in the world, like that, where you can't make a decision, you can't actually, you just can't see what's going on, you're that stuck in it, you can't see it, even though you know, and even though if you were to tell somebody else that advice, you'd be able to give them it right away. But because you're stuck in your own stuff, sometimes it can be hard, okay, to actually see what has to happen. And that's why you should want to become more of a conscious coach. And that's why I truly believe that you should put a system around daily transparency to yourself. Because when you start realizing that you're on a journey, and there's going to be contrast on that journey, and there's going to be times where you're stressed, you're overwhelmed, there's going to be times where you feel really uncomfortable, and you know what? There's going to, that feedback that you get because you've put a system in place that's allowing you to track this stuff and it's allowing you to be transparent. You're going to actually realize that you can't do this alone, and that you need help. Okay? Because that's where true transparency lies. There's 2 levels to it. Asking for help, accepting help. Asking can be tough, but it can also be very easy once you do it. But the hardest part really is accepting the help that you get. Because accepting it is dropping ego and allowing someone just to come in and give you the feedback that you need to hear. Not that you want to hear, that you need to hear, and you to take that on board and go, you're right, I was stuck in my own shit, I was stressed, I was this, I was that, I was overthinking this. Shit, how is it that easy? Thank you very much for pointing me in that direction. I'm taking fucking action. That's transparency. Okay? So, Don't be scared to ask for help, and make sure you're putting a system in place on a daily basis that's allowing you to be transparent. Okay, because it's all good. Like, at the end of the day, I want to help you leverage your time. I want to help you create an online presence. Like, I want you to create an online program so you can help more people with those knowledge and skills and experience you've had in your life. But also, I want to help you actually fill that. I want to help you put a solid lead generation system in place that allows you to do that. Solid systems in your business that allow you to get up on a daily basis and actually know what to do. Okay? So, that creates leverage. That gets you leads. That helps you start helping people. But at the same time, what would be the point in that if you're not being transparent yourself? So can you see why it's important to focus on step one first, which is actually, and step one is a decision, literally, to be honest. So don't think step one's like, oh man, I'm going to have to wait fucking 10 weeks before I start doing something. No, step one's a decision. Action can happen within the space of a day. Okay, but step one is you deciding to be transparent and you deciding to put planning, productivity systems, personal development systems in place. It can happen in a day. You lead by example, you start moving forward, you start getting clarity, then boom, you can start thinking about lead generation systems, marketing systems, content systems. You can start thinking about audience building machines. You can start thinking about authority hubs. You can start thinking about all the different stuff that come after that systematically. Okay, and you can start thinking about, oh, how can I help more people? Well, I can create a leveraged online program that I can get out to the world. There's loads of options here, systems-wise, after, but first, you come first. Okay, guys? So is there a system around transparency in your business and in your life? Because we all need it. And as a conscious coach, it can be hard to ask for help. And sometimes we just need someone else to come in and look where we've been hiding from, to give us that little bit of light in there, in that darkness, to whatever that dark room is you've been hiding for. You just need someone to come in and just put a little bit of light in there and go, there you go, look at that. Oh my God, how did I not see that? You ever had one of those moments before? Transparency will get you there, and asking for help will get you there. And don't be scared to do it, because it's not a sign of weakness. It's actually it's a strength to sit there and speak to someone and say, do you know what? Can I just offload this to you? And can you just listen? Because I need to offload this. That's true strength. Okay, guys? So, have an amazing day. I'm away to get cracked on the rest of the day. And keep an eye out, guys. I've got an absolute epic offer coming together for 20 conscious coaches that really want to take their knowledge, their expertise, and their experience out to the world, and they want to stop being selfish. Okay, so if you're a conscious coach and you're wanting to take your knowledge, expertise to the world, keep an eye out, because it's coming very, very soon. I'm working on this project, and it's going to be amazing. Like, I can't explain. Words don't do it justice, guys. Like, I'm really, really, really excited. Right, guys, I'm going to head. Keep an eye out for that coming. And if you've got any questions for me, if you want me to cover any topics, let me know. I'm here to help you at the highest level. Have an amazing day. Speak soon.